Recording in progress.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. This time in English, right?
This time in English for our English-speaking fans.
Three.
Three of them. But
Good, but come on.
out of the 10,
Out of the 10, exactly. But come on, three important fans. Three important fans.
Sure.
Good. So this is season number 5 of the SMT. And
episode 2.
Exactly. Good. And remember that we're doing peels of the SMT this time.
Exactly. We're trying to keep it short.
So these are concepts that work between Franci and myself, and they are concepts that we have been elaborating for many years.
Many years. Some of them, many years. Exactly.
And we bring them back and we use them, okay?
We use them and reuse them. The second hand.
Exactly. Good.
So today's pill is very interesting. I think it's one of the first ones.
True.
That we created, that we had. And so when was it born?
Exactly. So shall we say the name first?
Yes. So you go.
The name of the pill is Don't Look at Me because I'm killing you. And then there's a gesture there. Stop looking at me. And this is Franci telling me the thing.
Exactly.
Stop looking at me because I'm killing you.
Yeah, it sounds dark, sinister, but
it brings a lot of light. Of course, it's probably one of the saddest pills that we are going to speak about. But come on, let's turn into something more positive. Okay. And you're right. It's one of the first times that we realized that we had concepts that already build up our relationship or help us.
Definitely one of our things that we kept on mentioning. Let's say.
I remember when it was born, or I kind of remember when it was one of the first times we noticed that. Do you?
I think I have something on my mind. I'm thinking about a moment, but I don't know if it was this specific one. What would you say?
Walking along
Orsa.
Exactly.
Okay. Definitely.
Exactly.
Definitely. I think
it was so nice. And it was like 6 o'clock in the morning.
For sure.
So and it was winter time.
Yeah, could be.
It was winter time.
I definitely remember it was going or coming back from Orsa. And yes. I'm not sure about the winter time, but probably. I mean,
so just to give some context to the people who are listening to us, we live in a town with a lake, on the lake, and we have like a walking path to a resort at the end, and it's like a 2 kilometers path.
Exactly.
And people use it for walking all the time because it's along the lake and it's beautiful. But so we tend to walk that path quite regularly.
Yes.
Alone or in company. And so we went, I remember that it was very early in the morning, and I think it was when coming back, but as soon as we have left the resort.
Yes.
And come on, we were speaking, the thing is that we were speaking about intense or deep things, right?
Yes, definitely. So this moment, when I think about this moment, I think about an epiphany, okay? So it's like something that we're talking about makes me, it's like, it's a sudden change. I feel like a sudden change in the conversation, and that's where I need to tell you that.
Well, isn't it like we are having a normal conversation and then there's a thunder that changes or reminds you of the thing that you tell me? So we are having like a very deep, or we are elaborating something important for the two of us, and all of a sudden you remember that one time this
will happen.
exactly, or this conversation is not going to be there anymore.
Exactly.
I think this
So,
is exactly what happened.
yeah, it's like, okay, this is the moment.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, but I think we need to explain a little bit more. So when I tell you there is a cloud, and that's why.
1 second, we can do 1 second.
We're back.
Exactly.
With some more light. So when I tell you don't look at me because I'm killing you, it's because I'm literally looking at you because we're having this very deep conversation. And as you said, there's like a flash where I'm like, okay, this is not gonna be forever.
Exactly.
This moment, this conversation, right?
True. This is the summary. This is the summary of the concept.
So I'm like, how do you call it? I'm mentioning death, but it's actually, I think, a reminder of life.
Absolutely, of course. This moment is so strong, so beautiful, so full of intensity, intention, passion, thought, love, but it's not going to be there forever. So let's enjoy it while we have it.
Definitely, yes. I think that's what it is. It's nice because of the power, as you said, of all these beautiful things, but it's also very sad. It's like yes, it's I was gonna say something. Nostalgic, but not maybe nostalgic is
it's like an anticipated nostalgia.
Yeah, of the future moment. I'm gonna be without you.
Exactly. It's like an anticipate, but come on, isn't it? And this is going to sound very strange, but isn't it like a moment of a feeling of eternity?
Absolutely.
Come on, because
I see now I'm gonna use the voucher we talked about.
Okay. The voucher we spoke about last week. Okay.
No, but definitely you're right. Yeah. And it's as I was saying, it's like a moment of life, and it's a way to be like, yes, let's make this forever.
Of course.
Right?
Yes.
Eternal.
Yes. The question that comes to my mind immediately is, of course, because on the back of this thought of this concept, there is death now, and the lasting of a moment that is not eternal. So my question is, can you remember, because you're still very young, but can you remember the first times you were conscious beyond this concept that it naturally happens with me, okay, when the two of us are together, yes. So we created it. But can you remember some of the first times in which you started being conscious about death?
I mean, I remember that even as a kid, I was always very worried about you and even dad dying. I was very, very scared that. So I remember one time we went on a holiday to Sardinia.
Yes, I do remember. At the beginning of September, it rained all week.
Yes.
It was the one time we went to the most beautiful island in Italy, and we had
so unlucky.
Exactly.
And I don't know why I have a memory of having like this crisis there. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I was just very scared of losing you. Of course. What about you?
When I was a teenager as well, yes, I think it was kind of like the same beginning, the first idea of losing my parents. And I remember, yes, probably being like 13 or 14 years old, and the thing of these parents are not going to be there forever. So what am I going to do about it? Yes, I do remember, and I remember the fear. I do remember like the uncertainty, the feeling of uncertainty and fear in me and even crying. I think I remember once calling my mother, because I was, of course, again, a teenager, calling my mother and crying and saying that I was very worried about that.
And sorry, to go back to the way we tried to hold this pill, which is don't look at me because I'm killing you. It's weird how, like, yes, it's a thing that it's how can it starts from the gaze,
of course, from the look, of course.
Look, like I'm looking at you, and there I get the wow, now you're here with me.
Yes,
and
yes.
it's not gonna be like that.
But I think at that exact moment, the two, because I understand when it's happening, you also get a look. It's definitely you looking at me because this is how the concept was born, right? And I think there's a generation thing here. Of course, you're the child and the mother. But I can completely understand when this is happening. So it's a situation that starts in a way, and then, of course, it goes up in intensity. Because at one moment we realize that this feeling is coming now.
Yes, absolutely. It's like a climax. No? True. But I mean, this makes me think about 1,000 things more. Like, it's nice that we have this realization and that we're able to say, we're not going to be forever to appreciate more.
True.
And then, well, now we could open a whole chapter about why we human beings, and myself included, are so afraid about death.
Right. But again, we always try to take, and you said it before, of course, we always try to see it in a positive way as we go. Because I was going to ask you, how do we go back from that moment? We say, okay, stop, and then we try to go back to the conversation or we have each other, or so there's like a confirmation of what you were saying. We try to go back to the present.
Absolutely.
And a reconsideration of how lucky we are for the relationship that we have, how lucky we are for being able to say the things in front of to each other, right?
Yes.
Because this is something that not everybody is able to speak with their parents in a positive way.
Absolutely.
No?
Absolutely.
It is true that sometimes it brings more anguish, right? I mean, there are moments in which, of course, we become sadder, let's say.
Yes. And, this makes me think about another sentence that, I mean, it could be another pill, but that it's connected to this one. It's that sometimes, like, I'm afraid of loving you this much because of how much suffer the package comes with.
Exactly.
It makes sense.
Exactly. It makes perfect sense.
To us, at least.
To us. Yes. But come on, love is that exact moment in which you have that feeling of having everything and you don't want to lose a little of it. Yes. And probably the SMTs are something that we're also doing for this love, in the sense that, of course, this is something that it's true technology nowadays, and people are watching and come on, things that existed 20 or 30 years ago. But there's a video there that is going to remain forever.
Yes. That I will never rewatch because.
Of course.
No, but of course, yeah.
Yes.
It stays.
Exactly. Good. And so now I think we have said everything, right? So the question for people. You can say it.
No, but I don't remember.
No, because we were thinking about, so when was the first time that...
right, sorry.
Go.
That you were conscious about death.
And the fact of not wanting to lose someone. Okay?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. And something, again, that could be a consequence of that is how do we try at least to turn it into a positive feeling afterwards? Because what happens many times is people remain in that state of fear connected to
course.
death, right?
While what we try to do is, as you said, go back to the present moment, come back to the present moment and be grateful.
Exactly. And take it all until we have it.
Exactly.
Good. So thank you very much for watching. We'll be seeing you next time.
Yeah.
Okay? Thank
To
you.
the next episode.
Exactly. Bye.
Bye.